How to reverse male pattern baldness or hair loss. Many men want to know how to reverse male pattern baldness, because male pattern hair loss, or to give it its medical name, androgenetic alopecia, is causing a huge problem for lots of men. Now, as a man, I guess you are not that interested in the pathophysiology of male pattern baldness or hair loss. You just know, you would rather not lose your hair. Or you want to prevent it from happening. You just want to stop or reverse this condition. You want to know how to reverse hair loss. So keep watching, because I have 3 solutions for you. The first thing is not to panic and to realize you are not alone. According to the American Hair Loss Association, 2/3 of American men will experience some degree of appreciable hair loss, with 85% of men significantly thinning by the age of 50. About 25% of men who experience hair loss begin the process before they reach the age of 21. Men worry about hair loss because they basically don't want to look old. Some men, when they see the odd hair on the shoulder, immediately search Google for how to tell if you have male pattern baldness. The good news is, there's a lot you can do to reverse your hair loss. In a normal healthy head of hair, the follicles on your scalp can begin to shrink in size, and as a result, your hair becomes thinner and finer. Finally, your hair follicles will close up and stop producing any more hair. The longer this process is allowed to continue, the more irreversible the hair loss condition becomes. So treatment to reverse male pattern baldness has to start as soon as you notice increased hair thinning. Now for the science behind male pattern baldness or hair loss. The male hormone that is responsible for causing hair loss is testosterone. The testosterone is converted by your body into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT for short, by an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This DHT binds to your hair follicles and causes accelerated hair loss and lesser hair growth. Statistically, those who are most at risk of male pattern hair loss are men with a family history of baldness. And of course, age plays a part. The older you get, the higher the chance of going bald. Now there are different classifications to the stages of male pattern hair loss. But as a man, quite naturally, you just want to stop or reverse any hair loss you are suffering at this time. You want to know, what are the treatment options you have to reverse your male pattern baldness? You'll see these kind of things: minoxidil, finasteride, MPB, and talk of regenerated cells being talked about. But don't get confused, because there are basically 3 options. 1. Topical application. 2. Oral medications. And 3. Outer treatments. A topical application is applied directly to the scalp to potentially shorten the dying phase of hair follicles and prolong the growth phase. This type of application has also been shown to increase the size of the follicles and improve hair growth in men. Oral medication is putting a drug or natural supplement into your body to block the conversion of testosterone into DHT. This prevents the premature thinning of hair and premature closure of follicles. But you have to watch out for any side effects when taking medication. So always consult your doctor first. Some of the outer treatments for hair loss are low-level laser therapy and hair transplantation. There are also some newer treatments being evaluated, such as PRP or platelet-rich plasma injections. Most men can be helped by topical application, and then for those who have a more serious problem, they will have to look at the other 2 options. The cost of a hair transplant typically ranges anywhere from $4,000 to $15,000 plus, and is dependent on many different factors. Plus, they do not always work. It is true that having a full head of hair does wonders to the confidence of a man, and it can be alarming when you begin to lose your hair. Multiple studies have linked male pattern baldness hair loss to lowered self-esteem and decreased confidence. A study in the International Journal of Trichology found that hair loss lowered the quality of life for many men, with particular effects in the areas of stress, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, self-perception, and interpersonal relations. As men, we tend to make light of going bald, but a recent study found that hair loss in men can trigger a significant psychological breakdown, leading to an exaggerated feeling of ugliness. It can even trigger body dysmorphic disorder. a condition where the sufferer experiences strong anxiety about his appearance. Furthermore, doctors have discovered that the emotional burden of balding can destroy confidence, trigger mental disorders, and may even reduce the quality of life. Men often don't fully accept this, but this is the underlying reason as to why most men want to know how to reverse male pattern baldness. To discover more about reversing hair loss and how to reverse a receding hairline naturally, click the link below this video. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks.